following is from a cooperative project for acquiring skills essential to learning.
Nancy, how was the meeting with the Bismarck PTA? Did they like the concept for the new wing?
Well, I think we're going to get some flack about equipment in the library. But otherwise, the parents really like the plan.
What about the school board? Are they behind us?
They seem pretty excited about the design. I sure will feel better after I talk to the Bismarck faculty today.
Well, why worry at all? Your ideas on the new wing are excellent.
Jeffrey, I used to go to Bismarck Elementary. I guess I just have the jitters about presenting one of my designs to some of my old teachers. Do you know my 5th grade math teacher is now the principal? I feel like I'm going to take one of her tests.
Well, you know what to expect. You're prepared, and you happen to be a very good architect.
You're right. I have an appointment with the principal.
Go right in.
Thank you.
Nancy.
Hello, Miss Alford.
Nancy Austin, come in. We are delighted to have you back at Bismarck.
It's so good to see you again.
How does it feel to be back?
Well, half of me feels 10 years old, and the other half feels like a giant. I used to think everything was so big.
We're really a very small school by today's standards.
Well, not for long. That's all going to change very soon.
Yes, everything does change. Remember when you and your friend Barbara were in my 5th grade class?
I remember it very well.
I miss having my own classroom.
But you have a whole school now.
And the whole faculty is eager to meet you.
Well, before the meeting, I have a few things I'd like to check in the building.
Feel free to walk around. The meeting will be in the faculty lounge. Do you remember where that is?
I'll see you there.
I hate math.
Room 36. Miss Alford's old math class. I used to sit right there in the 2nd row.
All right, class, take everything off your desk. Keep only one sheet of paper and a pencil.
My friend Barbara always sat right next to me. Barbara and her violin. And Miss Alford.
Class, I decided to give a surprise quiz today. It will give you a sense of what next week's test will be like. And I'd like to find out how you're doing. You may keep the test questions and just turn in your answer sheets when you're done.
Joe, Jim, and Jerry wanted to go out to eat. Word problems. I can't do word problems. I hate word problems. I hate math, too. Everyone else knows how to do this. What am I gonna do?
All right, time's up. Nancy, you'll have to finish up now. Jonathan, you too.
How'd you do?
All right, class. This is a good time to go over any questions you might have on the material. Nancy, did you have any questions? Jonathan, I think there's...
Nancy, go in and ask. I don't even know what to ask. I already flunked the quiz anyway. I don't want the whole class to find out how dumb I am.
Before the test on Friday.
All I could think about was flunking the test. After school, I asked Barbara if she could help me study.
I really can't today. I have to practice for my violin recital. It's tomorrow night. Are you nervous? Nervous? I had nightmares about it. I know how you feel. I get the jitters whenever I have a math test. What are you afraid of? Everything. What if there are thousands of people there? What if I forget my music? What if they all laugh at me? What's a recital like anyway? I wish I knew. Maybe I wouldn't be so scared. Why don't you ask Miss Goodwin? Good idea. Come with me. Okay.
Hello, girls. Are you here for an extra lesson, Barbara?
No, Miss Goodwin. Well, I want to talk to you about the recital.
Brandy, work on your scales a minute.
Okay, Miss Goodwin.
Now, what can I do for you?
I'm worried. What if I forget my music? What if they all laugh at me?
Sit down, Barbara. I can remember having all those feelings when I played my first recital.
You did? What happened?
I got all nervous and worried and imagined all kinds of terrible things. I didn't go to my teacher to find out what it would really be like. Then when I got there, I found it was just my family and my friends. It wasn't all those scary things I'd made up in my mind.
What if I forget my music?
You're not going to forget your music. You know your music perfectly. You've been practicing it for weeks. Tomorrow night before you go on, all you need to do is concentrate and take 1 or 2 deep breaths to help you relax.
I wish I could.
Why don't you try it and see if it works?
But what if I drop my violin?
Come on, try it with me.
Okay. It works. It works.
Good. I'll see you tomorrow night.
Bye.
Barbara was still pretty nervous, but at least she knew what to expect. We were all there rooting for her the night of the recital.
And now Barbara Vega will play.
Just family and friends. Now take a deep breath and concentrate.
Barbara was really good at the recital. I remember thinking she was lucky that everything had gone so well. Then I realized it wasn't just luck. I began to think that if Barbara could do so well at her recital, maybe I could do something about my math test.
Today's quiz.
It will give you a sense of what next week's test will be like.
If I can just figure out how to do these, I'll be okay. Joe, Jim, and Jerry wanted to go out to eat, but only Joe had money. He had $5. Each boy bought a hamburger for 65 cents, French fries for 35 cents, and a Coke for 25 cents. If Joe paid for everyone's lunch, how much money did Joe have in his pocket when they left the restaurant? If I flunk math, I'll be kept back, unless I go to summer school. Was he supposed to leave a tip? If I had $5, I'd buy a record. Let's see. Jerry and Jim didn't have any money. There were 3 of them. Okay, $5 divided by 3. That doesn't work. 10 minutes, and I'm nowhere near an answer. I might as well forget this.
What was that all about, Nancy?
Lunch for 3 boys and a math flunky.
I take it you're studying math.
Yeah, we have a math test Friday, and all we have are these word problems that don't make any sense. Like this one. 3 boys have $5 and they're supposed to divide it for lunch. You can't divide 3 into $5. Doesn't make any sense. I don't understand. I know I'm going to flunk.
Now stop talking yourself into failure. There's no trick to math problems. They're just like any other problems. There's generally a couple of different ways you can solve them.
Okay, where do I start?
Well, let's see what you got. Joe, Jim, and Jerry. Lunch, $5. How much change? Try to imagine the problem. Suppose you were the waitress. What would you do?
Anything else?
No, just the chair.
Okay. Let's see, that was 3 burgers, 3 fries, 3 Cokes.
Right.
3 times 65 cents is $1.95. 3 times 35 cents is $1.05. 3 times 25 cents is 75 cents. $1.95 plus $1.05 plus 75 cents is $3.75. That's plain old multiplication and addition.
Right. That's part of the problem. Now we have to make change for Joe.
No, not Joe's, man. 5 out of 5. $5 take away $3.75 is $1.25.
Right. Now you have the idea. Now, let's see if there's some other ways we can solve this.
Having added each item, then I can multiply the sum by 3 and then subtract.
Well, who says you can't do math?
Thanks, Dad.
Now let's see what our next problem is.
Working with my dad, I realized I could do the math. The real problem was just being nervous. Even though I'd prepared well and knew what to expect, I still had some jitters the day of the test.
I wonder how much time we have. So do I.
Yes, Nancy.
How much time do we have?
30 minutes.
Phew.
Any other questions? All right, let's begin.
I know what these problems are like. I've practiced them so I'm prepared. Just concentrate. Take a deep breath.
I even started to like math. I'd better get to that meeting.
Miss Alford, ready for the meeting?
Oh, Nancy, I've been rehearsing your introduction. I always get the jitters before introducing someone. I always imagine I'm going to go blank and forget the person's name.
Well, don't worry. I learned a long time ago how to calm the jitters. All you have to do is take a deep breath.
It's that simple.
Thinkabout is supported by state and provincial agencies working through the Agency for Instructional Television. Together, serving education.